Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 VC review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Absolutely amazing game in my personal opinion. Never played the game before. It's a bit like a top-down action adventure RPG type thing. It's a bird's eye view basically. Starting off, you choose your name and the likes. So other than doing that, there's nothing else really. So there's no options or anything like that. There's copy and erase, but other than that, you start the game off, you're asleep, and you keep hearing "help me, please help me, I'm a prisoner in the dungeon," blah blah blah. So skip that, and you wake up basically, you find that your uncle's gone off. He's tried to go and see if there's a Princess Zelda as well. He must have heard it. So don't know how, because I always thought it was a vision type thing that Link was having, but he's gone off to do the same. So obviously it's a vision that well, that his uncle gets and then tells Link. I don't know. So anyway, starting off, you get no weapons or anything. You can lift jars and get hearts out of them, but other than that, nothing else there. You go over the chest, get your chest, you get your lantern. Lantern, you need magic to use it, so you can't use it just yet. You have to find magic. So while you're finding magic and getting your way to the castle, you'll come across enemies, but again, you can't actually do anything. They basically, at the moment, they're not actually enemies. They'll like stop you from doing anything, so you have to find your way to the castle. So all the reason I'm telling you this is because the start of the game is very different to the actual game. Start of the game, it makes the game seem as if it's going to be a bit, well, it could be a bit boring, there's not much to do, but it does definitely improve as it goes on. It's just for the starting section. So I'm not actually going to show you the secret entrance, so I'll just skip to something else now. So here we go, here's into the dungeon. You find your uncle, bloody blah, he says he didn't realise how hard it would be and the likes. So far in this corridor there aren't any enemies, so what the hell, like, slaying him, I do not know. It's obviously like, oh no, a cobblestone. Anyway, he gives you a sword and shield. Your shield's automatic, you basically stand there and you'll block with it. Your sword though, you've got your attack, you can hold the button to do a charge attack, which is pretty cool. You do that and you spin up. And here, I believe you're about to get your first hint of magic. Obviously the chest is just rupees, but here we go. First bit of magic. Using the button, you can, well, light things on fire with the lantern. You can't actually use it as a lantern, meaning you can't hold it in front of you to generate light. You have to set those on fire. So that's pretty cool. You'll get loads of different weapons as you go on, and I will show you a few of them, but I'll try not to spoil anything by showing you too many of them. Go into the castle here, and the whole point of a castle is that everyone, whether it's the first one or the last one, the whole point of a dungeon is you go around, you get keys, you get maps and the likes, you get a weapon, you unlock doors, you go at the end of the boss and fight it. This one, however, is just you get the boss key and you go and rescue Zelda from the prison cell. So other than actually showing you Zelda and all that, there's nothing much to show you at this part of the game, so I suppose I'll just cut to the first dungeon. So here we go then, this is the first dungeon. That beeping is because I only have one heart at the moment. Unfortunately getting here, I was trying to get here too fast and I ended up getting hit. But in the dungeons you'll basically find switches and puzzles and all that to do. Certain rooms you have to find hidden blocks to move, certain rooms you have to kill all the enemies. There's loads of different puzzles here, some involve even firing arrows into things, so lots of variety to do in the dungeons, loads of variety, and I really mean that. There's just absolutely tons of stuff to do in them. This one here I have to run away from a maze of cannonballs, and then every now and then a giant cannonball comes out and really tries to screw you over. But here, go into the main room, hopefully get some energy to stop this bloody beeping, because it's starting to do my head in, so it must be doing yours in. Here's some energy, there we go. The whole point of the thing is you get you find maps, and the map basically when you push start, you'll if you've got the map, you can go into the map screen and it'll basically like you'll be able to view all the rooms in the dungeon that you have been to and the ones where you haven't been to, but it won't tell you what's in them. The compass basically tells you where the treasure chests are and all that, and the chests give you things like keys, rupees, bombs, all sorts of stuff like that. And the big key is the boss key, and it basically you use that to well, you use it to first get the main weapon. This one is one arrow in this dungeon, and the main weapon of the dungeon is always involved in facing the boss. So this one you do actually have to kill with the one arrow. So you get that, then you go through the boss door, which you've already done here, otherwise it would be this here, which I'm about to go through, but it's unlocked so it's not there. And you go in and you go through forward into the section where you fight the boss later on. So they're pretty much the dungeons. It's standard for pretty much all the dungeons. So other than that, I'll just show you a few of the later weapons in the game. There we go then. Here, as you can see, look totally different. This is basically all the stuff you look amass from the end of the game. You've got your run button, so now you've got these Pegasus boots, so you can run really fast by just pushing a button, which is so much easier and quicker than just walking to the edge of the screen. You've got your upgraded sword fully, your shield's fully upgraded, your armor's fully upgraded. There's loads of different, these are magic powers and the likes, you can get these throughout the game. This one here creates fire around us and that'll basically kill enemies and the likes, pretty cool. There's, unfortunately that animation is a bit long and it takes a while to skip. There's special magic hammers, which if you've played Ocarina of Time you may be thinking this is the Megaton hammer, and I suppose in a way this is the early Megaton hammer, but it's not as powerful type thing. You've got these little fire rods and the like, so that's pretty cool. They'll set enemies on fire. You've got the ice rods, so freeze enemies. So loads of stuff to get through the game. Loads of stuff to well, as I say, amass, and loads of things that all help you power up and will help you in later dungeons, help you in previous dungeons, find secret areas. Shut up for a few seconds and let you listen to one of the many great pieces of music on the game. There's so many different pieces. It's like Mario Bros, where you get one in the tunnel, you get one in the, it's all the stuff like that. So there we go then, that's a little bit of the music. If you notice in the top right corner, that's your heart meter. Basically the whole point is you'll start with 3 hearts, and every time you defeat a boss in a dungeon you get a big heart, and that increases it by 1, so 4, 5, 6. There's also all over the place pieces of heart, and every time you get 4 pieces of heart then that will again increase your meter, so quite a lot for you to find, and there's obviously an incentive to find it because later dungeons you will really need the health. You can also use bottles, which are really cool. The bottles allow you to store red potions, which refill health, green potions, which are magic, and blue potions, which are both health and magic, and fairies. And basically the fairies are, every time you die, which I'll very quickly do here, then instead of actually dying, the fairy comes out and heals you. So that's really cool. It's something that's really useful as well. It means that you might want to try and look around for the fairies, which are hidden all over the place. Again, I won't really show you where because I don't want to spoil anything for you, but you want to take a few of them into a dungeon because they'll really help out later on. There we go with the beeping again. Beeping changes depending on how much energy you've got. Last time when you go down to 1 heart, this time it's when I go down to about 3.5. Well, there we go. Knocked out, unconscious, dead. Oh, woe is me. But look, there's the fairy. She springs a bit of magic dust on you, and there you go, you're healed. You're not fully healed, you're still quite weak, as you can see. That's only gives us 7 hearts of me 19, but still, it's very useful. There's all sorts of other things to do and all. There's themed dungeons, so there's like ice dungeons, which you'll use the fire rod, which I've shown. There's fire dungeons where you use the ice rod. There's water dungeons where later on you can actually get flippers that allow you to swim in the water, but you don't swim, so it's not like it goes into a new section where all of a sudden you've got swimming controls. It's just that you're in the water and you're, well, walking about like you are now, but you'd be swimming. So that's about everything then. The rupees though, I still haven't gone on about the rupees. There's just so much of the game. The rupees, they're basically your currency in case you haven't worked it out. You'll be able to buy arrows, bombs, shields, all sorts of stuff like that. You'll be able to go into the mini games as well, because while the mini games aren't anything too special, there's still mini games there for you. So there's like guess which chest has the most money in it, or shoot the targets and the like. So it's pretty cool stuff like that. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.